They rushed to him. Dozens, then hundreds. The mist parted like breath from the ancestors. Koro stood, barely. Vines wrapped around his arm, dragging the beast's corpse behind him like a broken god. His eyes were hollow, his body torn, bloodied, sacred. The tribe cried out, some in joy, some in fear, some in ritual. They knelt, they touched the earth, they sang the old songs, but Nia did not move. He watched, eyes steady. She had seen this, not all of it, but enough. She knew the beast was not the end, only the first, far from the crowd. A girl wandered. She had not joined the ritual. She had not cried. She had heard a whisper, not in her ears, in her bones. She found the bundle beneath a twisted root, wrapped in cloth, old, stained, inside an amulet, a bone. It pulsed. She touched it. The jungle went silent. Birds stopped. Wind died. The mist thickened. Back at the village, Koro collapsed. The tribe lifted him. They began the healing rites. But Nia turned. He felt it. A shift. A breath. A second presence. The girl stared at the bone. It stared back. Her name was Asha. She was young, but her eyes were old. She had always wanted to be a hunter, to walk the jungle with blade and bow, to protect, to fight. But her mother, Lyra, the village healer, refused. "You are meant to mend," she said, "not bleed." But Asha had touched the bone, and the bone had whispered. Nia sat in trance, her body still, her spirit drifting. But the spirits were not kind. They circled her, mocked her, tried to wear her skin. She fought. But she was fading. The tribe gathered. They could not wake her. Her breath was shallow, her soul trapped. The elders spoke. "There is one way. There is one route, the Cathari vein. It grows deep in the jungle, where the beasts do not sleep." Asha stepped forward. "I will go." Her mother grabbed her arm. "No. You are not a hunter. You are not yet ready." Asha looked at the bone. It pulsed. She looked at Koro, still healing, still silent. He nodded. "You are ready." Asha joined the hunters, not as a healer, as one of them. She carried a blade. She wore ash on her face. She followed the blood trail. The jungle was darker than before, the mist thicker, the silence louder. They moved in silence. They were being watched, not by the beast, but by something else. They found the tracks, fresh, wide, wrong. The jungle pulsed. The air grew heavy. Then it struck. From the trees, a blur of claws and breath. One hunter fell, Jaro gasping, bleeding. Asha saw it. She had the shot. She raised the blade, but she froze. Her breath caught. Her hands trembled. She didn't strike, couldn't strike. The beast turned. Another hunter, Kiran, charged, blade flashing. He drove the beast back, watching it vanish into the mist. Silence. The whispers. "She's not ready. She's a healer. She will get us killed." Asha heard them. She felt them. She didn't cry. She didn't speak. She just stared into the trees. Then a whisper, soft inside her, Nia's voice. "Do not stray from the path. It is your destiny." Asha gasped. Her eyes rolled back. She saw the root, twisted, glowing, buried beneath a tree shaped like a claw. She saw the path, long, harrowing, filled with eyes. She saw herself, bleeding, standing, becoming. She woke. The hunters gathered. The jungle had changed. Again. The mist thickened. The wind died. They moved back to back, eyes scanning, breath shallow. The hunters were hunted. Again. The jungle grew darker, not with night, but with something older. The trees leaned in. The air thinned. Every step felt watched. Asha walked in silence. The tribe kept their distance. Even Nia had grown quiet. Until a scream. Kiran, dragged into the underbrush. The beast had returned, the hunters scattered, blades drawn. But Asha. She ran toward the scream. She found him, pinned, the beast's jaws inches from his throat. She didn't freeze. She didn't think. She moved, a flash of bone, a strike to the eye. The beast howled. Kiran rolled free. Asha stood between them, her blade dripping, her breath steady. The beast retreated. This time, it feared her. The tribe gathered, silent, watching. Nia stepped forward, placed a hand on Asha's shoulder. She walks the path. She does not stray. They followed her now, through the mist, though the vines, until they saw it, the tree, twisted like a claw, roots like veins. The air shimmered. The jungle held its breath. Asha stepped forward. Her vision had shown her this, but not what lay beneath. They began to dig, slowly, carefully. Then a sound. Not from the jungle, from below. Something ancient, something buried, something waking. The root was close, but the final test had only just begun. The claw-shaped tree pulsed, not with light, with memory. The air shimmered, the ground trembled. Then the spirit appeared, not with form, with presence, a shape in the mist, eyes like hollow moons. It did not speak, it did not move, it simply watched. The tribe stepped back. Nia whispered, "Only the chosen may enter." The spirit turned to Asha. She felt it, in her bones, in the bones she carried, in the whisper she remembered. She stepped forward. The roots parted. A passage opened. Dark, wet, breathing, she entered. Alone. The chamber was silent. A pool of water lay at the center. She looked in, saw herself, then saw her failures, her hesitation, her fear, the beast she didn't strike, the tribe's whispers, her mother's tears. She had to step into the water, face it, own it. She did. The water turned black, then clear. She passed. Thorns, vines, whispers. She walked barefoot. Each step cut deeper. She saw visions. Koro dying, Nia screaming, her mother burning. None were real. But the pain was. She kept walking, bleeding. She passed. The final chamber. The root pulsed, glowing, alive. But beside it, a beast, not like the other, larger, older, eyes like fire, fur like shadow. It did not sleep. It watched. It waited. She had to take the root. Without dying, without failing, without turning back. They circled each other, slow, deliberate. The beast's snout exhaled in bursts, hot, heavy, bone deep. Its lips curled, drool dripped, fangs like carved obsidian, 5 claws flexed, ready to slice through sinew like sacred stone through flesh. Asha's blade trembled in her grip. But her eye did not. She had watched. She had learned. She had become. The beast lunged. Ash dove, rolled, rose, ran behind pillars, statues, chambers carved of forgotten gods. The beast followed, crashing, roaring. Its claw swiped, missed. Asha turned, struck the beast across its shoulder, letting out a blood-curdling roar, not of pain, of respect. She ran again, through winding halls, until she entered a chamber, wide, still. Above the door, a carving, spirals, eyes, claws, etched in stone. The beast stopped. It would not enter. It could not. Asha stared, then understood. This place was cursed, protected. She ran through the only other door. The beast turned. It knew where to go. Asha entered a vast chamber, rigged rock formations, stone carvings, a pit at the center, dark, deep, breathing, then a whisper, soft, familiar, Nia, guiding, watching from afar. Asha descended. The air grew colder. The walls narrowed. This was no tomb, no temple. It was a wound, Not dug by man, not carved by machine, dug by claws. She stumbled, fell to her knees. Her fingers brushed stone, 2 pieces of broken flint. She looked around, found a branch, splintered, dry, tore a strip from her tunic, wrapped it tight, struck the flint. Once, twice, sparks drizzled to the ground. A flame arose, igniting the chambers around her. Orange-yellow flames flickering off the stone, revealing carvings, symbols, eyes, spirals, claws, chambers only few had ever seen, maybe none had ever left. She ran her fingers along the wall. The stone was warm, alive. Tilting her torch toward it, she tried to read it, understand. But the symbols shifted, changed. They spoke to her, not in words, in feeling. Above ground, the forest held its breath. The tribesmen waited, weapons drawn, eyes wide. The wind whispered, but not with leaves, with voices, taunting, calling. Branches snapped, leaves brushed past, too fast, too strong. Something moved, not beast, not spirit, something older. They gripped their spears tighter. The whispers grew louder, circling, mocking. Their faith began to tremble. Below, Asha forgot the beast, for a moment, forgot the trial, forgot herself. Then a roar, not near, not far, through her. It echoed past her, inside her. Her bones vibrated. The flame flickered, almost dying. Then a thud, massive, final. The air changed. The chamber exhaled, cold, eerie, heavy. Above, the tree bent. The ground pulsed. The whispers stopped. Only silence and breath. She turned, looked toward the pit. The beasts had fallen, plummeted, vanished into the dark. But the silence wasn't peace. It was waiting. The tribesmen were being picked off, one by one. Arrows flew in every direction. Spears hurled recklessly toward the beast. Some trembled, others held their ground, trying to keep the formation, trying to hold each together, back to back, covering all directions. But the beast was faster, smarter. It sprinted around them, circling, calculating. Then it lunged, thrashing claws, clamping jaws, snatching one from the edge, gone, vanished into the foliage. Screams echoed. Blood soaked the leaves. The forest pulsed. Nia remained still, eyes glazed, still seeing through the spirit world. Her nose bled heavy, consistent. Her body trembled, energy draining, soul thinning. She mumbled, chants, low, broken. Her head twitched side to side. Her voice cracked. Others rushed to her, some to help, some in fear. She whispered something, not to them, not to the forest, to Asha. Below in the chamber, Asha paused. The carvings flickered, the flame dimmed. She felt it, not wind, not sound. A pull, a whisper, a chant, Nia's voice, but not spoken. Felt Asha's eyes blurred. The chamber shifted, stone melted into mist. She saw Nia, bleeding, twitching, surrounded. She saw the beast, circling, choosing. She saw herself, not standing, not fighting, offered. Then silence. The vision faded. The chamber returned, but the feeling remained. Her time was near. Asha knelt beneath the glyph. Her fingers traced the edges of the spiral. It pulsed, not with light, with intent. The flame in her hand danced wildly. The walls trembled. The chamber inhaled. She heard Nia's voice, not above, not beside, inside, chanting, fractured, breathing words that weren't words. Her vision blurred. Symbols shifted. Stone became skin. The walls watched her. She rose, blade in hand, torch raised. The final passage awaited. She entered slowly. The floor was slick, not with water, with age. Every step echoed, not down, inward. She felt it circling her, not a beast, a presence. Then it appeared, long limbs, blue-gray flesh, Antlers fractured lie shattered crowns, its eyes locked onto hers. It roared, not to frighten, but to warn. It lunged, claws out, teeth bared. Asha swung, dodged, stumbled. The flame snuffed. Darkness. Above ground, Nia's body trembled. Her eyes rolled back. Blood trickled from her nose. She muttered, softly, repeatedly, "One must bleed so one may pass. One must fall so one may rise. The hunter does not choose. The chosen bears the mark." The tribesmen surrounded her, terrified, unsure, too late to understand. Nia was no longer there. Only her voice remained. Below, Asha found herself pinned. The guardian hovered above her. Its claws trembled. Its jaw clenched, but it did not strike. Its breath rasped. Its eyes shimmered. Then it bowed. Its body convulsed. Bones cracked. Light bled from its chest. It turned to mist, to memory, to light. Particles spiraled upward, cascading like star-lit ash. They gathered at the far wall where a carving began to glow. Asha stepped forward. Her breath caught. Symbols shimmered. A claw, a hand, a flame, a tree. The script pulsed beneath it. Before man was prey, he was brother. Before claw was weapon, it was warning. A truce sealed in blood, forgotten, remembered, renewed. He reached forward. Her fingers brushed the wall and the chamber boomed with light. The chamber bloomed with light, soft golden, alive. It pulsed through the carvings, through the stone, through her. Asha stepped back, eyes wide, heart pounding, then a whisper. Not by voice, but within, a war cry, familiar, fierce, the brothers, the hunters, calling out in unity, in strength. She turned. The carvings faded, the light dimmed. She saw it, black, thick matted fur, a claw swiping through air. The guardian was gone, but something else remained. Asha stopped reading, stopped wondering. She ran. The chamber twisted, turned, a maze of stone and shadow. She stumbled, fell, rose again. Nia's chant echoed, soft, fractured. Then a breath, a deep inhale, a long exhale. Asha paused, listened. Another whisper. This time, familiar, gentle. Nia. "Go into the hollow's breath," she whispered. Asha followed, guided by voice, by memory, by fate. She crawled, through twisted roots, through vines, through the belly of the forest, until she was free, kneeling, listening, waiting. Then a call, loud, real, her brother's. She sprinted. Branches snapped behind her. Underbrush crashed. Then a roar, huge, angry, close. Asha cried out. A war cry, an ancestral warning. "I'm here. Be ready." She broke through the bush. Her brothers lay in wait, bows drawn, poised, blades lifted. The beast lunged over the brush, teeth bared, eyes wide. Asha dives behind them. Arrows flew. Spears struck. Blades met flesh. The hollow roared, but the hunters stood together. Asha stands among the hunters, breath ragged, heart thundering. The forest holds its breath. One of them steps forward, silent. He kneels, presses his thumb deep into the earth, cool, damp, ancient. He lifts it slowly, the dirt clinging like ash from a sacred fire. Then with reverence he marks her face, a single stroke across her brow. The warrior's mark. Asha doesn't flinch. She meets his gaze, and in that moment the others erupt, not in chaos, but in unity. A war cry bursts from their throats, primal and thunderous, echoing through the trees like the roar of ancestors. She is one of them. For a split second, she feels it. Belonging, legacy, bloodline. But then, a sound, a shift. The beast returns, its final attempt. It sprints through the underbrush, faster than before, driven by something deeper than hunger, rage, defiance. A last stand, Asha turns. It's on her tail. She sees a fallen tree, a trunk, slick with moss and shadow. She runs. But the beast is there, in front of her, its mouth wide, teeth clashing like iron gates, drool thick as venom. It lunges. Asha doesn't retreat. She runs toward it. She feints a leap onto the trunk. Bait. The beast takes it. It leaps, claws outstretched, ready to slice flesh from bone, teeth poised to sink into her throat. But Asha dives low, rolls beneath it, and as it sails overhead, she drives her blade upward, straight into its heart. The beast lets out a sound not of pain, but of recognition, as if in its final breath it sees her, not prey, not threat, but successor. It crashes to the earth, dead. Asha stumbles back, bloodied, a deep gash across her side. Her breath falters, but she stands, alive. The hunters arrive moments later. They see the beast. They see her wound. They see the mark. One kneels again, not to mark her, but to honor her. He presses his forehead to the earth. At the war cry rises once more. This time, it's not for victory. It's for ascension. One of the hunters knelt beside the fallen beast. He reached out, removed a claw, thick, curved, ancient. While some stood guard, others gathered remedies, roots, leaves, ash. Asha staggered, not from pain, from vision. She saw Nia, surrounded, chanted over, her soul calm. The tribesman broke her trance, gently easing the remedy into her wounds, long, deep, sacred. Asha didn't flinch. She stared at the beast. "We need to move. We need to get back to the village. Now," she said. They nodded. No questions, only movement. They made their way through the jungle, slow, alert. The jungle began to breathe again. Birds chirped. A warm breeze stirred the leaves. The mist faded. The musky scent lingered, only behind them. They pushed forward, debilitated, but showed no weakness, only strength, only unity. Then a tree, familiar, resembling something sacred. Their pace quickened. They ran. Then 2 roars, almighty, echoing beneath the canopy. The jungle fell silent. No birds, no crickets. Still. They stopped, dead in their tracks. Looking back, looking to each other. Asha pulled out the amulet. They nodded. No words, only spirit. They reached the village, entered the hut one by one. Nia lay still. They gave her the remedy. Moments passed. Hay-gray-blue skin began to shift. Color returned. Her eyes flickered. She gasped, wide-eyed, alive. She turned to Asha. Then Lyra burst in, searching, calling. She saw Asha, rushed to her, held her tight, until she saw the mark, the warrior's mark. She froze, but the tribesman stepped forward, held up the claw. This was Asha, alone. She is as much a warrior as any of us. Lyra said nothing. Nia reached for Asha's hand, held it, firm, urgent. "You saw the carvings?" she asked. Asha nodded, but I did not understand them all. "Did you see the relic?" Nia asked. "The golden one?" Asha replied. Nia's eyes darkened. "It belongs to them, ancient, before our time, before the jungle's time." "I saw man and beast together. No war, no bloodshed. Was it a truce?" Asha asked. Nia smiled, then trembled. "Because of the loss, on both sides. They may not take it well." Her hands shook. Her voice cracked. "They may want blood." The hut was quiet. Nia sat upright, her breath shallow, her eyes distant. Asha knelt beside her. The others watched, not with fear, with reverence. Nia reached into the folds of her robe, pulled out a fragment, golden, etched, alive, the relic. She placed it in Asha's hands. It pulsed, not with heat, with memory. Asha gasped. Her vision blurred. The hut faded. She stood in a clearing, not hers, not now. The trees were younger, the air pure, the mist absent. She saw them, man, beast, together, side by side, not prey, not predator. They built together, hunted together, buried together. Asha saw the relic placed between them. A symbol, a promise, then a fire, a scream, a betrayal. The beast fell. The man wept. The relic cracked. The truce broken. Asha awoke, the relic still in hand, her fingers trembling. Nia spoke, soft, heavy. They remember. They always remember outside. The jungle stirred, not with wind, with warning. The birds stopped, the mist returned, the ground pulsed. Asha stepped outside. The hunters followed. They saw it, carvings on the trees, fresh, bleeding. The beasts had marked their return, not for war, for reckoning. The truce was broken, and the hollow wanted blood. The village stirred, not with panic, with purpose. The elders whispered, the hunters sharpened. The children watched, silent, wide-eyed. The jungle pulsed, not with wind, with warning. Nia sat in the center of the hut, eyes closed, breath shallow. She trembled, then stilled. A vision came, not of blood, not of beasts, of stone, of light, of return. She saw the relic, golden, cracked, waiting, a place beneath the jungle, older than the trees, older than the hollow. She gasped, eyes wide, sweat beating across her brow. It must be returned, she whispered. Outside, the hunters approached Asha, the one who had taken the claw. He held it in his hand, now bound in twine, polished, sacred. He stepped forward, silent, steady. Then he placed it over her head, let it rest against her chest. No words, only nods, only breath. Nia called Asha back into the hut, her voice low, urgent. If they don't see reckoning, it's us or them. We perish like dust in wind. She paused, eyes wide, a forced smile, a look of dread. Be ready. Asha stepped out, faced the hunters, chose 9, the strongest, the swiftest, the most faithful. She was the 10th. The rest stay here, she said. You guard. If all fails, you are the last hope, the last stand of defense. You stand tall, be brave. A tribesman stepped forward, pressed his thumb into the red clay, marked his face. Then the others followed, one by one, warriors reborn. Then a war cry, fierce, unified, echoing through the jungle. The hollow listened and remembered. They traveled deep into the jungle, no path, no signs, only instinct. Eventually they stopped. The air was thick, the trees twisted, the ground pulsed. I will seek help from the spirits, Asha whispered. She turned to the hunters. Watch over me. No matter what, do not touch me. Do not move me. Unless danger. She lay at the base of a gnarled tree, its roots intertwined like serpents, its bark scarred with age. The hunters surrounded her, some with backs turned, some watching her, still form. She looked at the tribesman beside her, nodded. He nodded back. Then she closed her eye. Her body went limp. She awoke. But not in the jungle. No birds, no life, only fog, only dread. A cool breeze circled the trees, dark, heavy. Then a crash. Something massive tore through the forest, shaking the ground, snapping branches, a shadow, towering, charging. Asha turned, ran. She looked back, stumbled, fell, tumbled down a steep crevasse. Her body jolted, her head twitched, above the hunters' watches, helpless, silent. Then a roar, deafening, echoing through bone. Asha tried to rise, disorientated. Then a fox appeared, small, still, watching. She reached for a weapon, none. She stepped back. Then a voice, old, unfamiliar, from within. You should not be here. It is not safe for you. Asha turned, spun, searched. Why are you here? I seek guidance, direction. I know what you seek. The question is, why? I don't want war. I want peace. To coexist, like before. You won't like what you find. I have to try. It's our last hope. We won't be run off Outlands. Silence, then, as you wish. Asha looked around. Still no source. Then, down here. Follow. Stay silent. It is not safe. Asha, you know me. Of course. I was one of you. I perished before you were born. Tell Lyra, I'm sorry. I will always be beside her, in heart, in spirit, silence. Then, now we go. They walked, not through jungle, through memory. The trees changed, taller, wider, covered in glyphs. The ground shimmered, not with light, with presence. Then a clearing, circular, perfect, still. At its center, a stone altar, cracked, golden veins running through it. Around it, 10 monoliths, each carved with a beast, each facing inward. The air was thick, not with mist, with judgment. The spirit stopped. This is where it must end. Asha stepped forward. The relic pulsed. The altar shimmered. The hollow watched. The hunters gathered in silence. The jungle watched. The wind held its breath. Asha stepped into the circle, relic in hand, eyes steady. Nia painted her face with ash, marked her chest with blood, spoke the old words. We return what was taken. We offer what was broken. We ask not for mercy, but for memory. The relic pulsed. Asha knelt, placed it onto the stone. The earth trembled. The monoliths awakened. Symbols glowed. The beasts stirred. As the relic settled into its place, Asha's breath slowed. Her eyes closed. She saw it. A memory not hers. A truth older than blood. Man and beast, locked in combat. Not for dominance, but for balance. One warrior, one guardian, fighting beneath the moon. The winner did not kill. The winner chose. Peace was forged in battle, not through death, but through honor. She saw the relic placed between them, a symbol, a promise, a truce, then a betrayal, a blade drawn too soon. The beasts fled. The jungle wept. Asha gasped. The vision faded, but the truth remained. The ground remembers the blood it drank. The beasts remember the names they were given, and Asha remembers who she must become. The circle of stone groaned beneath the weight of old gods. Smoke curled from the relic's mouth, whispering names not spoken since the first betrayal. The tribe stood silent, their breath held like a final offering. The beasts stirred. From the hollow earth they rose, horned, crowned, and furious. Their eyes burned with ancestral fire, their limbs carved from bone and storm. They did not speak. They did not need to. Asha stepped forward, the relic cradled in both hands. Its heat pulsed through her skin, branding her with the memory of every bearer before her. A tribesman broke the silence, young, proud. His voice rang out like a challenge. Let me face it. I am ready. The elders did not move. The beast did. Asha's voice cut through the air, low and final. No. This fight is mine. The tribesman faltered. The beast turned its gaze to her. She placed the relic at the center of the circle. The stone hissed. The wind recoiled, and the beast stepped forward, its form shifting, less creature, more judgment. Asha did not flinch. She had seen the vision. She had walked the path. She had heard the ancestors weep. Now she would make them proud. The beast did not choose the weakest. It chose righteously. Asha knelt, pressed her thumb into the golden-brown soil, marked her brown. She let the dirt fall through her fingers, felt its weight, its memory. Behind her, the tribesman let out a war cry. Fierce, unified, Asha stood, lifted her blade, faced the beast. She was not alone. She was not afraid. Trees at her back, ruins ahead. The beast leaned back, ready to leap. Asha ran, sprinted toward the stone walls. The dogman lunged, mid-air claws thrashing. She dove, It crashed, tumbled. She ran through the ruins. The beast roared behind her, claws scraping, ground scattering. It struck, sent her flying. She rolled, groaned, rose. Another swipe. She dodged, caught 2 claws, sliced them clean. The beast roared. She ran again. A hollow tree. She dove in. It crashed behind her. Claws thrashing, jaws snapping. It clawed the bark, piercing through into her flesh. She screamed. It ripped back. She stabbed through the hole. Erratic, desperate. The beast leapt down. She squeezed through, escaped. She ran. A tribesman saw her, let out a war cry. The dogman lunged. She twisted mid-air, threw her knife. It struck deep. The beast crashed. She rose. It rose. She darted. It followed. Another swipe. She flew into a tree. Wind knocked. Breath shallow. The dogman limped toward her, eyes wide, mouth snapping, growl deep. She stood blade raised, bloodied, battered. It stared, growled, circled. It lunged. She rolled beneath, sliced its back. Blood sprayed. She ran. The other beast watched. Another strike. She flew again, blade still in hand. It bit her shoulder, sacred her face. She cried out, plunged the blade into its side. It roared, fell beside her. She rose, stared into its eyes, blade ready. Then, I do not seek blood. I seek peace. Balance. I choose to spare you. Do you yield? She asks the beast. She dropped the blade, staggered back. The beast lunged, pinned her, growled, teeth bared. Then the other beast roared, leapt, knocked it off, claws embedded, teeth dripping. The beast went limp, neck exposed. The other released, let it rise. Asha tried to stand, fell. She used the blade to lift herself, stood, barely. The beast approached. She did not flinch. It looked down. She dropped the blade. It looked her in the eye, nodded, then roared. The other followed. They vanished into the jungle. The wind shifted. The darkness lifted. Birds sang. Sunlight broke through the canopy. The tribesman ran to her. She fell, unconscious, barely breathing. Asha's body is carried through the jungle, limp, bloodied, her breath shallow. The beasts do not follow. They vanish into the mist, as if their judgment is complete. The tribesmen run, feet pounding the earth, voices calling out. One tries to stop the bleeding with woven cloth. Another whispers prayers to the ancestors. Nia stands at the village edge, her eyes wide. She knows. She feels the shift in the wind, the silence of the birds. She calls for the healers, not in panic, but in command. Bring the sacred oils. Prepare the hut. Inside the ceremonial hut, Asha lies on woven mats. Her wounds are cleaned with ash water and root sage. Her skin glows faintly under the firelight. 9 warriors wait outside, silent, each holding a flower from the jungle symbols of survival, transformation, and tribute. Nia steps out. She is ready. The 9 enter, forming a circle around Asha. Bowls of flame flicker at the hut's edge. One bowl is placed near her head, its smoke curling upward, burning sage, memory, and protection. Flowers are laid around her body, forming a ring of life. They sit cross-legged. The chanting begins, low, rhythmic, ancestral. The hut pulses with sound, with breath, with legacy. Asha's fingers twitch. Her chest rises. Her eyes remain closed. The chanting fades. A single drop of water falls from the hut's roof onto her brow. Her eyes open, not wide, not startled, just are. She sees the 9. She sees Naya. She sees the fire, and she remembers. The jungle held its breath. 9 figures encircled the fire, cloaked in ash and vine, their eyes veiled, their hands raised. The chant began low, like roots stirring beneath the soil. She who walks with beasts, she who bleeds for balance, she who bears the claw, rise and remember. Asha lay in the center, her body marked with ochre and blood, her chest rising shallow, her fingers curls around the claw. The ring of life bloomed red, placed by hands that once feared her, now reverent. The chant grew. The jungle knows her name. The wind carries her vow. The hollow watches and waits. Nia stepped forward, silent. Her shadow fell across Asha's face. She knelt, pressed 2 fingers to Asha's brow, and whispered a word not meant for ears. Asha's eyes opened. She did not gasp. She did not flinch. She remembered. The fire flickered. The vines above rustled. Somewhere a beast howled, not in hunger, but in recognition. Asha sat up slowly. Her gaze swept the circle. She saw the 9. She saw Nia. She saw the claw in her hand. She placed it over her heart. The jungle exhaled. Asha rose. She did not speak. She did not weep. She walked to the edge of the ring, where the flowers met the dark. She turned once, her eyes catching Nia's. Nia nodded. Asha stepped into the hollow, and the chant faded, not into silence, but in memory. Some say she became the jungle. Others say she became its voice. But all remember the night the hollow breathed her name. They rushed to him, dozens, then hundreds.